Anyway, hi.
Hi.
I'm Sven Coper.
I'm George Sonsel.
And we are auditioning to be on HouseHunters International.
We want to give you a little sense of who we are as individuals, as well as a couple, and some tour of our house.
Yes. So we've been together for 10 years, actually 10 years to the day this week. We got married a year ago to the date this week.
That's right.
And, well, let's see. I'm originally from Holland, born and raised. Moved to the United States when I was 20. And George was born and raised in?
Texas, no less. Pretty much around Dallas and North Texas. And then when I got college age, I moved to California because I thought that's where I wanted to be and finish school.
So one of the things we both enjoyed when we got together was traveling, and we have both fallen in love with Europe. George for the first time, and for me it's sort of been a reacquaintance, revisiting all these places I remembered as a kid. So over these last 10 years, the conversation had come up about, do we want to move to Europe? And if so, where would we move to?
We've been to several different countries. We kind of like Spain, Northern Italy, but in the end, we decided Holland.
Holland, because for, all the obvious reasons, I'm a Dutch citizen, we're legally married, this was the most practical and easiest way to get to Europe. So it was about 2 years, the conversation and the process started. About a year and a half ago, I would say, is when we made we made the commitment. We made the commitment. So a year ago, we sold everything. And when we say we sold everything, we sold the kitchen tiles.
Everything in the house, right down to towels, silverware, sheets, you name it. Young couple bought the house and they wanted it all. And it worked well for us because we didn't want to have to ship anything, nor did we want to have to sit there and go through trying to sell things on Craigslist or something.
So we got on the plane with as many suitcases as I had gotten on the plane with 22 years ago, which is 2 suitcases, hand luggage, and then in the cargo hold was the third member of our family, Miss Pogo, who is trying to get up on the couch as we speak. Come on. So who wants to say hi as well? Hi. That's Mr. Pogo Pumpernickel, who is 10 years old as well. This whole family is 10 years together.
Yeah, 10 years has been.
We had another member, Eddie, our beloved terrier, who unfortunately...
we had to decide that we needed to adopt him because it just was not practical with his personality to try to move across the world.
No, as a terrier, he loved his yard, and we knew that with our budget in Holland, more than likely we would end up in an apartment. And it's not fair to bring a terrier who's had a backyard his whole life into a relatively small apartment. I mean, we went from 1,500 square feet to 800 square feet. So we decided that it would be best if we found him a new home and a new master in the US, which we did, which was very sad, and we miss him every day. But that's how the 3 of us set out.
So when we moved here, we knew clearly that we were not going to go out and buy a house or property, although we knew eventually we wanted to. Instead, we rented an apartment that was furnished. And that gave us a good 6-7 months to look around the city, as well as do a little bit of this traveling we wanted to do, and identify a neighborhood or neighborhoods that we would like to live in.
We had the help of a realtor. We looked at many houses. Some of them were very, very nice. Some of them were very Dutch, and with Dutch I mean, not really having any stairs, but more having ladders to go from one floor to another. And as cute as that looks when, you're carrying groceries and a dog and you're having to go up the ladder 4 or 5 times a day, that wasn't going to happen.
No.
But after about 6 months, we came across this place, which is in a really nice middle-class neighborhood. A kilometer away from the ocean, from the sea?
From the sea.
Completely renovated, which you'll see in a minute. George?
And near the city center, near all kinds of public transportation.
Yes.
And we're on the 7th floor, and we have these picture windows, and are able to have these dramatic views of the weather and the clouds and
Yes.
whatever all day long. It's just absolutely one of the most thrilling places I think we've been.
It is. Well, we had New Year's Eve here together, and the Dutch love fireworks. And having lived in the U.S., having lived in Texas and California, where there's always a drought, I think we saw more fireworks here in one night than in the 22 years combined I lived in the U.S. So
for sure,
it's just been spectacular.
It's a $60 million business in Holland on New Year's.
Incredible.
Selling fireworks. Unbelievable.
So we've been here for a year now. As I said, this is our 1-year anniversary coming up. And one of the things we moved here for is the fact that, for instance, on Friday, we're going to catch the train to Brussels. And we're going to spend the weekend in Brussels for our 1-year anniversary.
Right.
We have taken the train to Germany, which is 2.5 hours. Brussels is 2 hours. It is an hour and a half by plane to London, and it's 4 hours to Paris. So we have all these amazing cities at our fingertips in a time span that is no longer than driving from LA to San Francisco.
Or riding the train from Washington, D.C., maybe to New York City.
So how can you not love this life?
So let's show them a bit of our new
Want
house.
to do that? Okay. Yeah. So we're going to do this. I'm holding the camera. So George is going to get up and let's show the best of our abilities. So
what we got?
Yeah.
So anyway, the property, these buildings have been private rentals, as it's called in Holland. And as people have moved out, the owner of the building has remodeled them and sold each unit. So right now, our property is about 60% new owners.
Yes.
It was gutted, right down to the studs. So there's new electricity, new plumbing.
I'm following you.
Floors, just about everything from the, like I say, the studs in.
We love color. So let's see if I can do this in a way that doesn't make you motion sick. But we have, well, I'm trying, a green couch. Big wide walls, and as I'm doing this, and lots of color in the dining room. There's an orange chair coming. The Dutch national color is orange, so there's a big bright orange leather chair.
People thought, oh wow, how envious that we could go and buy everything new, since we sold everything. And like I say, the towels, you name it. Trust me, it's not what it's cracked up to be.
Oh God, I don't care if I never shop again.
Which is pretty unusual.
Which I was going to say, I'm over shopping. I don't care about pillows, throw rugs, I'm over it.
So this is our brand new kitchen. If you could see some of the old ones, you wouldn't believe the difference in contrast.
So I apologize, this is not going that well.
Well, you're doing pretty good. So everything, the appliances, everything in the kitchen is brand new and all built in.
And then let's walk to the window so you can see the view.
And as I was saying, we have another wonderful view. This is the view towards the beach.
Which on a clear day, you can almost make out the water. So anyway. What else is there, Mr. George?
In Holland, space is at a premium. As he told you, we downsized to nearly half the amount of square feet that we had in Dallas. So anytime you can get any little extra space,
yes,
it is a big deal. So we were pretty lucky in that, and I'm going to have to walk backwards.
That's okay. I'm walking with you.
Good.
We can do this.
We were able to take what had been another bedroom, actually, and tear out the double doors, and now we have an office that will also end up working as a
guest room. Yeah.
Guest room.
It's small. It will have 2 fold-out beds. Our philosophy with house guests is that they're like fish, 3 days.
That's it.
That's it. We're just joking. You're more than welcome to stay a week, but that's about it.
I have I have 2 daughters, and the oldest daughter and I share our birthday. We're very close, and so she's coming in a few months, and she'll be here a little bit more than a week.
Yeah. So
The other thing which we really can't show you very well right now is that it has a full-length balcony on the one side of the property. We haven't done anything to develop that area, but we can't wait until the spring and we can put in some planters and
So now we're gonna walk to the bedroom as best as we can. So come on, it's a team effort.
Most homes in Holland have...
Before we get to the bedroom, hallway first.
Well, most homes in Holland have a bit of an entryway because, again, the way they're heated and cooled, you want to have the space so that you don't lose all your heating.
Yeah, it's more like a draft portal, which is nice. It's a little cold in the winter, but it's doable.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go ahead.
I'm going to change around. So every piece of this property that we can make usable, we do. So for instance, thanks to some interesting design, we were able to find these shoe boxes. Actually, is what they are, but they end up being quite a nice little decorative.
I mean, look. I mean, you know, for people that have a shoe fetish, well, a slight shoe fetish. You know, we only have 30 pairs. We have to downsize when we move. But go on.
The Dutch love doors. We had actually 2 doors removed from this property, but if you stand here in the hall, there's 4 doors. One goes to the infamous toilet,
which is always always a separate room because we prefer our privacy.
It's also convenient.
Door number 2 goes to the very small but very functional bathroom, which I'd like to point out is not very, very, very tall. It's okay. Hold on, I'm trying to do this and not give myself a concussion. Then we have door number 3 and 4, which is storage and storage.
As well as a washer and a dryer.
Yes.
Interesting dryer arrangement. There's no outside exhaust, so the dryer is actually sucking the water out of the clothes, and you have to empty the tank each time that you do a load of laundry. Works just fine, no problem.
And then finally, our very cozy but small bedroom. Go. And which is pretty much well guarded, as I'd like to point out, door Mr. Pogo Pumpernickel. Right? Would you like to say something on camera as well? Do you want to be on the show? No?
No.
Don't really care? Just leave me alone? Okay, fine. So, anyway.
It appears small, but the coziness of it actually, I think, kind of...
Yes.
You don't feel that cramped in any way.
And, you know, since winters are cold, the smaller the room, the less heat it takes to warm it up. And heating is not cheap in Holland, so...
I guess the other thing in terms of a bedroom, 2 things really. In Holland, finding a great big bed with a great big mattress is a trick. Most bedrooms have what is actually two sets of box springs and 2 mattresses, and to get one that was all the way across took a little hunting. The other thing is there's no closets, of course, so we had to have a wardrobe in here.
Which I will try and show without there. Which, again, it's all about making practical use of what you have, you know. I don't think that came out too well, but anyway. So, this is our little home. We have 80 square feet in The Hague, the Netherlands. Home of the king, the queen mother, and these 2 queens.
Right.
So hopefully this is something you guys are interested in, and we're very excited about being on House Hunters.
We'd love to have you meet our realtor and other people that helped us find this house and get our mortgage. So again, we really welcome you into our home and our life.
I think that's awesome. So
very good.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.